I could tell Bulgarian is way better than what he put out. It's not that hard to spot out if you're actually watching and paying attention and you know what you're looking at.
Without further ado, let us go to our next guest. He's had a very busy month or so. He was cornering his very good friend, Merab about exactly a month ago on a Saturday night. And then on a Sunday night, he got married. How about that? Amazing stuff. The former UFC bantamweight champion, current UFC featherweight contender, the funk master, Aljamain Sterling is here. I can't wait to see what he looks like because, oh yeah, look at this. So now we got rid of the stash.
Well, married man now.
Look
Ariel.
at you.
Sorry, I'm off the market, Ariel. I can't do this anymore.
No, I understand. But the stash was really throwing me off. But now no stash, and we just went clean. Or is this part of getting the beard back?
Trying to get the beard back. I don't record again and film again until the 26th this month, and then the 1st and 2nd of December. So I can't be walking around looking like a dirty Sanchez.
And what was that for?
We're doing a movie with Jamie Foxx. It's called Fight for 84. It's,
Wow.
About the Olympic boxing team that had died. Well, not them, but the team after them that died. So they passed on the plane crash, and then the team after them, like Pernell Whitaker,
Yeah.
Holyfield, that whole thing, Mark Breland, Tillman. So it's pretty cool.
Wow. I believe this is a Netflix film, right? I've read about this.
Netflix, yeah.
Chris Algieri is working on it from like a fight standpoint. Is that accurate? Coordinator?
Yeah, he's the stunt coordinator.
Stunt coordinator.
Him and Johnny C. So shout out to them for bringing me in. This was I literally left the day after my wedding, and I almost bailed because one, I was super hungover, and then two, they asked me to cut my hair to a 2-3. I'm like, bro, I've been growing this since 2015. You guys asked me if I could trim. I said I would trim, but a full-on haircut, that's state of my heart, man.
Yeah. And so wait, so what is your role?
I'm an alternate, so I don't actually have any lines in this movie. This is my third movie, but no lines. I'm kind of like I'm a stunt boxer guy in this. I'm one of the alternate fighters that is on the team, but not really. He's like, if someone gets hurt, I step in. I'm kind of like the punching bag.
Got it. Okay, this is fun. Okay, so another exciting thing happening in your life. By the way, how was the wedding? And the world should know that when I joked about, the save the date and whatnot, you did in fact send me an invitation to the wedding, even like a pre-wedding party as well. I mean, you sent it all. So I appreciate that. You're a mensch. How did it all go down? How was it?
It was good, man. Everyone had such a great time. Steve Aoki came out. He was the guest DJ.
Wow.
Surprise guest DJ. And I was just debating back and forth, my wife and I talking about, like, should we spend the money on this? It's not too much. He's doing us a big favor, but does it make sense to spend it on this? But she's like, yeah, it would be memorable. It was a great time. Friends and family from all over the world. Mackenzie Dern came out like 2 weeks before her fight. Juana Jacek, Teofimo Lopez. It was just like star-studded, man. Rob there, Jamal Hill. Like it was great. And of course, my friends and family from middle school, high school, Rebecca's family, some people I haven't met yet. All in all, just a great time, great energy. And I don't think I've ever danced as much that night as that was the most I think I've ever danced in a night before.
That's amazing, man. Very happy for you guys. And
Funk Harbor at the bar. Everyone loved it. It was a hit.
All the different kinds?
That's probably why everyone was dancing so much.
Did you have all the different kinds of it? Styles? Like, I don't know what you call it. The flavors? What would you call it?
Yeah, like, I guess the skews or flavors. But yeah, we had the white and we had the dark. We did like his or her drink, specialty signature cocktail. We did a espresso martini, and then we did a Mai Tai. Hers was the espresso. Mine was the Mai Tai. I like the Mai Tai because it was really strong. We got the white and the dark, and it just makes for a good night, Good little punch.
Did she have any issues with you cornering Merab the night before your wedding?
Not any issues, just more like try not to get your face scratched up before the photos. Thankfully, there was two guys. My guy right there, Shane, right next to me. He helped out with some of the grappling and stuff. I did a lot of the striking work with him, and then he did a lot of the grappling stuff, thinking that Corey Sandhagen was going to do a lot more inverted Imanari rolls and things like that, which he didn't, surprisingly. So he took some beating off of what I had to deal with. So I think that kind of balanced out.
Did the fight go as you thought it was going to?
I thought there would have been more. So I would say yes or no. I thought Corey did some really good things, and then I thought he did some things. He didn't do some things that we kind of expected him to do that probably would have made the fight a little bit more tricky. But all in all, I thought from a friend, a coach, a teammate standpoint, I think it was as good of a fight as you can ask for, especially the second round. The man says he's going to go out there and knock him out and almost knocks him out. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that. With this whole thing happening, you kind of wonder if the fight should have been stopped.
We'll get to that in a moment.
Some guys might think I'm actually serious because they don't get my humor. People don't get my humor.
Well, we'll get to that in a moment. But I do want to ask you, how do you feel about Merab coming back so quickly? 4 title fights in 2025, 2 months after this fight, 1 month away. There's, I think, a fear perhaps that it's too much in a short amount of time. I know he's built different. As his good friend and training partner, how do you feel?
I had these concerns as well. I spoke to him about this when we were in New York after we finished sparring. We did 4 rounds. And I kind of just came off the couch because he just hit me up like, "Hey, I'm gonna be in town. Can you come train with me?" I was like, "Fuck." I thought I had a little bit of downtime, but yeah. So we talked afterwards, and I was like, "Dude, like my main concern is that you're gonna be healthy and a good mental mind state going into this fight. It's not the fact that you can't train and get ready for the fight. It's just a lot. It's a lot of mental energy. The training, obviously, 5-round training camps." Making sure all your training partners going to be there. Because for me, I had to get my stem cells. So I'm actually going to be out of this fight camp for most of it until like the last 2 weeks, which is pretty much the work is already done, right? So he's got good training partners. We already had that conversation. He says he feels good. He just doesn't want to sit around too long because then he gets busy doing other stuff and then he gets out of shape. And he's like, I want to stay busy. And this is an opportunity for him to do something that no one's ever done before in a calendar year. So after he said that, it made me feel a lot better. I'm being honest and transparent about it, but I had to voice my opinions and my concern. Just like, I hope you're not taking this for like any odd or weird reason. And no, he just wants to compete, and good for him. So as long as he's feeling good, that's the only thing you can ask for. Because I already know what it's like to get into a fight where you don't want to actually fight, but he actually wants to fight. So it could be bad, but of course, I think. As long as he's doing the work, he's training as hard as he's training, I think he's going to be prepared. But he owes us all a vacation after this.
Yeah,
his training partners need a break too,
Yeah, that's a good point. People don't think about that. The fact that he knows Peter, he went 5 rounds with him, does that help make the decision for him? Like if this was a brand new opponent that he's never met before, Corey, let's say, a couple months ago, would that be a different choice in your opinion? Would he be making a bigger mistake?
It's hard to say what that guy's thinking in his head. Maybe he would want a little bit more time, or it's really hard to say. I can't speak for him. He's a gamer, man. He'll fight anyone. He'll spar guys. I remember when he first came to the gym at Longo's, he was sparring the heavyweights. Like he's just like you said, built different. He's different mentality. I'm like, dude, I don't want to get punched by these guys. It's not that I think that they're going to try to kill me. It's just I don't want to get punched by these guys. He doesn't mind it. Like he's just different. It's just different.
Yes, I think that's the best way to describe Merab. So Aljo, you were in the news last week a little bit, maybe intentionally or unintentionally, post Tom Aspinall fight, and the general sentiment was Aljamain Sterling is weighing in on this and accusing Tom of faking. Was that it, or did we not get it? Explain yourself here.
I literally, everything was between the lines. I don't even know where the fans got off, and I understand if you misunderstood, but trying to say I have no place to talk about something like that.
Oh no,
I was literally fouled.
Yeah, no, you definitely legally have a place. Yes,
and intentionally. And not intentionally in the sense that, I'm trying to illegally knee this guy in the head because I want to just fuck him up. Intentionally, like you intentionally meant to throw the knee. It wasn't an accident like an eye poke with inadvertent, right? That happens. But what I'm saying is I have the right to talk about something like that because I know how it feels when you have the world doubting you and thinking that you're lying about something. And then I tie everything in. I go, people might think I'm on Tom Aspinall's side, but what I wasn't on his side was I think the way that he handled the situation was why a lot of the fans got upset. And especially as a fighter, I can see why the fighters give him flack. Because the first words out of his mouth was, I can't see. And once you say that, at least you should know that, right? As a fighter, you're a champion now. You've been the interim champ. You fought all these guys. You've seen enough fights. You understand how the rules are played. And the moment you say I can't see, even Herzog tried to pretend like he didn't hear it almost. Like, I'm gonna give you more time because that is the nail in the coffin. Once you tell that to the ref, I gotta wave the fight off. That is what they say at least. So why would your first few words out of your mouth be I can't see? So again, not discrediting Tom, he got poked in the eye, double zoinked. I know he can't see, but at least say, hey, I just got poked. Give me a few seconds. Hey, I just got poked. Let me take some time to see if it gets better. That's all I'm saying. And at the end of that, I said, hey, only Tom Aspinall knows how bad he was truly hurt. I don't know if he was faking. I can't say he was faking. I can see the eye and the knuckle go into his eyeball. Can't fake that. So, and this thumbnail was hilarious because I was joking with my camera guy, with Jake, and I was like, should I take it like this? I'm poking fun at it, right? But I didn't think he was gonna actually use the thumbnail. But when he posted, I was like, oh, it's kind of funny. It's kind of my personality. So it's not like I'm being a dick. I'm just having a little bit of a laugh, and people got mad about that too. I'm like, you guys just don't get my humor. If you don't get my humor, I get it, but I'm not doing anything malicious whatsoever. I like Tom Aspinall. We actually kind of hung out at was it the MSG fights or was it the Vegas fight? I think it was the Vegas fights. We saw each other. Met his dad. Cool dude. I got no ill will against this guy. He got fucking fouled. But it's just ironic how his teammate says I never fouled anybody, pokes the guy in the eye, then gets knocked out right after. It's just like,
yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. But your video came out before all of that. And so I guess the sentiment was like you got so much heat for your situation because people said that you were faking. And so to imply that he was maybe looking for a way out or something like that, it felt like.
Did you hear the take?
Yeah, I heard it. So
did you think I was implying that he faked?
No.
Just so because I feel like I didn't, but I like to understand from your viewpoint.
Here's what I thought you were gonna do, and then I'll tell you what it sounded like. What I thought you were gonna do was like, look, man, I've been there before when the whole world thinks that you're faking or looking for a way out or anything like that. Like, I sympathize with him. It's a shitty situation. Trust me, just like I wanted to fight, he wanted to fight. Obviously, your situations were different. That was the first round. Yours was the fourth round, I think, off the top of my head, and all that stuff. You opened the door for, I think, some sort of like, conspiracy to be discussed, or at least the thought to be put out there that maybe in fact he was embellishing or something like that. And my take on it was, I feel like that situation is so far behind you. I think you've done such a great job of coming back from that situation. And it's one of those things where post O'Malley fight, I think people now like have an appreciation for you and like you. I think the chat that you had with DC got people to learn a lot more about your story and who you are, and they respect you. And I was like, Alja, why are you doing this? Why are you reopening this wound, so to speak? You know what I mean? Why are you being the bad guy here? Because you know how people take a little clip and run with it and then be like, F this guy, man. We just got over it.
It was so weird. I'm like, I don't think I said anything that was questionable. I'm watching as a fan. I'm a fighter, but I'm also watching as a fan. I'm like, everything I say, like I'm saying to you now, I said it in the video. I talked about my knee to the head and how everyone was against me and thought I was lying, thought I was partying, where I never partied. I had people at my house who flew in to watch me fight. What am I going to do? Ignore them and tell them get the hell out of my house? No, I can't do that. I did not party. And then on top of that, with Aspinall, what the weird part about it is the fight wasn't going well. And as a fan, as someone who does a podcast and breaks down and analyzes fights, I don't think the fight was going that well in his favor. Yeah, the stats could say they were 3 strikes apart. No, it wasn't. Those guys are always counting those stats wrong. That fight, the better strikes and the guy who looked like he was winning, to my opinion, was Cyril Gane, the guy that no one gave a chance to win the fight, right? So now the fight's a little bit tougher than he expects. So as a fan and as a fighter, I'm wondering, is there anything to do with his decision because of that? Because now you got to fight this guy for 4 more rounds. If it was the 4th round and you were losing the fight and you had to stay in the fight, otherwise you know you're going to lose a decision because of the foul, you're not going to just turn it over and say, I can't see it, right? Because you just automatically lost. You're going to try to fight. So I'm looking at this from multiple angles and I'm explaining all of this. And somehow I'm still the asshole. I'm like, dude, I'm not saying the guy's faking. All I'm saying is the fight wasn't going well. Why should he fight like that? The only person who could know how bad it actually was is Tom Aspinall himself. So if he says he can't see, guess what? The guy can't fucking see. Why are you guys giving him a hard time and then trying to say I'm discrediting him? I'm like, dude, if anyone understands that, it's me. So why would I do that? I'm like, did you guys actually listen to what I'm saying, or are you just so mad that I got kneed in the head and I won the belt by DQ, that doesn't even matter what I say. And that's what I think it is. But
what about the actual?
I don't think I really gave him a hard time.
Well, what about the actual procedure here? Like, what's up? What's up? What are you laughing at?
Charlie showed me gloves.
Which gloves? Which gloves?
Charlie Campbell showed me gloves to like protect the eyes. They're like the fingers that get wrapped.
Oh, geez. Okay, so what?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your take on this? What is your take on this eye poke thing? Because I've said it, so I'll just bring you up to speed. I believe you poke someone in the eye. That you stop the fight for a moment. You see if the guy's okay, if he can continue. If he's able to continue, you take away a point right away. No more warnings, none of this crap. The warning is in the back. You take a point right away. If the guy can't continue, fight is over via DQ. That's it. None of this intentional, unintentional nonsense. How do you feel? What's your thoughts?
I think if you rule it right away, fight is over via DQ.
Not right away. That's only if he can continue.
If he can't. But I'm saying if that happens like in the first 2 minutes or the second round or the third round. And now what if you were losing and you were getting your ass kicked the whole time and then you get, okay.
You lost.
No, I get that, but I've never poked anyone in the eye. And knock on wood, because I'm not trying to be Delia. When I say
Delia.
I'm not trying to be him and then poke someone in my very next fight, because that's just like, how does that even happen? How ironic of a world do we live in? It's like a simulation. How does that happen? Like your training partner, you never poke someone, your training partner doesn't continue, this guy continues, you're the one that commits the foul, and then you get finished. Wow. You can't write that. You can't script that.
I thought that was mishandled too, by the way.
Yeah, because it looked like it was a TKO at first. I know he was pretty upset about that. And I don't blame him, but these refs are human. They make mistakes. We say time and time again, just like
a lot of mistakes these days.
A lot. And,
earlier in that card, they missed a tap. Dude was tapping like 5-6 times. Matt Frivola, Mergliata stopped the Matt Frivola fight with 3 seconds left in the first round a couple weeks ago. Then he's like, no, I thought I heard the horn. Restarts it. Like, what is this?
These are the best refs, Ariel.
Yeah, no.
These are the best refs in the game.
Yo.
These are the golden standard of MMA, remember? That's what we're told.
Same dudes that we've been seeing for 10, 15 years. Like, where's the new blood?
Yeah, and they can't make mistakes. It's like their eyes are starting to fail them or something. Or maybe, let me not do that.
What's that?
Nah. I'll just say, the gate that's happening right now. Maybe it's something.
What do you make of this?
But just to clarify that
we just went all over the world there.
We did.
Yeah.
We pulled the Joe Rogan. I did like the piece that you said about Ronda and that thing too. There's a lot to unpack on that too. But I do think you should get the point deducted right away. The DQ part right out of the gate, if they can't continue, that part is a little tough for me. Maybe it should go to a no contest. The only thing I don't like it should be up to somewhat of a discretion, because if the guy is losing and then pokes you in the eye, or is winning, right? And then pokes you in the eye.
Yeah.
He loses a point, but he's beating you so bad then gets tired, right? Let's say it's a 5-round fight. Gets tired, pokes you in the eye. Now, actually, that doesn't make any sense because you said DQ.
I think what you're trying to say is if someone who is losing gets poked and says, I can't continue, now they win. And that's not necessarily fair. So it should be a no contest. I just don't like...
Or even flip side, if the guy is winning, but then the other guy starts to rally back in the later rounds.
Sure. I mean, I'd like to think that people aren't trying to cheat, just to get out of fights. I mean, you signed up for this, but yeah, maybe I'm a little naive. Man, honestly, with everything that's happening, what happened this past weekend, I feel like I am naive. Like, I can't imagine.
I'm naive too, man.
Why?
I feel like I'm naive too, but people are people. There's a way to do things, cheat or whatever. People are gonna figure out ways to kind of bend the rules, take advantage of the rules. And I mean, you hear some of these guys. Derek Lewis got the famous interview. It's like, shit, I cheat all the time. I kick the guy right in the nuts. It was like, but he ain't wrong. He's like, what they gonna do? They're gonna warn you. He's like, then I'm gonna like. You have to do something to take that away from these guys. Otherwise, people are gonna bend the rules as much as they can. So I guess that's my only 2 cents on that. These guys are human, and sometimes these guys, Derek Lewis is a great actor himself, because he's like, oh, my bad. He just wants to catch his breath real quick,
Yeah. Do you think the gloves are the problem, or are you more on the Jim Miller side of things, like, yo, just keep your hands closed?
I'm more towards Jim Miller, but I also think the gloves are a problem because the UFC gloves keeps your fingers straight. Like
Yeah.
naturally, if I just hold my hands up, this is what they do. But when you put those UFC gloves on, they make your fingers do this.
Hmm.
So it's like, yeah, you want to paw and you want to push away, but your hands are already open. So when you start to swat, if it was like this, you probably push away a little bit easier this way. You probably have to force your fingers open, but your hands are essentially open with these gloves that we have anyway. So it's a little bit of both. I think the gloves could be better. I forget which promotion has the ones that are slightly curved. Maybe it's Ryzen.
Yep. Yep.
I like those so much better. I don't know. I don't know what we have to do to get a consistent pair of gloves that we could constantly use that can reduce the amount of fouls. I really don't know.
What do you make of this gambling story?
It's crazy, but I've watched Dogarian make his debut. I believe it was against Francis Marshall. Francis Marshall is a solid grappler.
Mm.
Dogarian comes in and torches this guy, torches him. And I go, oh, this guy is a contender. Now, a couple fights later, he fights Del Val. I'm like, I know Del Val's good. I've seen him in person. He's this big, strong, physical specimen. But then I'm like, this is guy's second UFC fight. What are we talking about?
Mm.
You take a double leg shot, you get in deep, and then you stay on your knees and you start crawling on your knees. The guy defends, you defend the choke, and then you give your back. And then when you're giving your back, you start fighting the top hand and not the choke hand. Like, Michael Chiesa called it on the nose. He called it exactly what it is. I have a hard time believing that this guy just forgot jiu-jitsu, this jiu-jitsu one-on-one. You're a good grappler. He's bigging him up, and then all of a sudden he goes and fights like that. It's super weird. I wouldn't be surprised if there's been multiple fights that has happened with a lot of other people. I know some people have been coming out and posting that they've been approached by people before. I've never been approached by anybody. I have had friends say to me like, hey, if you ever feel like you're past your prime and and you think you're not sure what's gonna happen, just give me a heads up. I'm like,
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, I'm coming here to win, dog. I'm not looking to be nobody's highlight reel. Fuck that, you know? So it's a shitty situation, but I think a lot of these guys, a lot of fighters, I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of these fights with the judging and the refs, how can you not look at any of those things? It's all this stuff is super questionable. Stuff that seems so simple gets made way more complicated, and then we go, I just can't leave it in the hands of the judges. And that's all we chalk it up to. We don't question it. We don't do anything else. We just leave it at that. Oh, you should never let it get to the judges. Oh, the ref, you should never give the ref a chance to put you in that position. I don't know. Herb Dean saying constantly, work, 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 when the guy's throwing punches and elbows in the fifth round. It's like, then I get hurt, and then you're telling me to work when, what are you talking about? I got to engage. I just got hurt. When the other guy got hurt from my punch and started circling away for 40 seconds, you didn't say shit. Now all of a sudden you want to step in, like, for what? What's going on that we don't know about, where you kind of flip-flop the way that you feel in between these fights or during these fights? And I think the whole thing needs to get looked at. People are going to be mad and whatever, but it kind of puts a sour spot, like puts a little damper on the sport, right? I mean,
oh my God, huge.
We're putting bets. These are people that we care about, and then the next thing you know, you find out someone you care about, you probably place a bet on. These guys are throwing a fucking. It's like, I don't know.
By the way, this is why people turned on boxing, because you remember fans started to feel like the fights were rigged. Like, oh my God, that's a horrible judge's decision. You can't. And the UFC and MMA was like the breath of fresh air. They were the one, like, this is on the up and up. Everything's, like they're calling it straight here. This is none of that old school boxing stuff. And now you're questioning fights. You're questioning referees. You're questioning judges. Is not a good look. I've had multiple fighters reach out to me. Obviously will not say who they are, who have told me that people have come up to them and said, like, I have $100K here. Are you willing to lose the fight by this method? And now the people who have told me this have said, F that, I would never do it. Now, what about the other people? I'm sure there are other people who are like, actually, you know what? I could use that $100K because it's more than the 10 and 10 that I'm making, or 12 and 12.
Yeah, the 10 and 10 and 12 and 12. I was actually just talking to somebody about this. I can understand a guy like Dogarian's situation, right? Like, you come into the UFC, you probably get 10 and 10. You win your first fight, you look spectacular. I don't even know if he got a bonus. Okay, he doesn't get a bonus. So now you get 20 grand, you got to pay your coaches, you got to pay your training partners, you got to pay for the whole camp just to get to the fight. Medicals and all that, you got to pay for those too. Food, nutrition, all these stuff you got to pay for. Okay. Now your second fight, I forget if you won or not. what is he, 3-1?
He was 3-1 going into this fight. He had one split decision loss to C-Rod, Christian Rodriguez.
Yeah. So now you put yourself in this situation. Now you're looking at it, it's like, okay, now he probably got 12-12 for his second fight. And now for his third fight, he probably got 14-14. He loses one fight, so he only gets half his paycheck. Now he's in a situation where he's probably thinking, someone comes up to him, holy shit, this is more than all the money I've made combined up until this point. I can understand the logic behind that, right? But also the integrity side of it as an athlete, as a fighter, and as a man is I mean, maybe there's something to be said. It's like, as a man, you're looking to provide for your family, so you're going to do what you got to do. So I guess it's just different mentalities of how you want to be remembered and how I don't know.
Man,
that's just such a crazy thing to.
Nevada withheld his purse. He lost his job. It's not worth it.
So he didn't get paid at all.
Nevada withheld his purse. Yes.
So then, what does he get paid at from the guys he took the bet from?
Well, this is allegedly here. We don't know what exactly is happening. There's an investigation going on, for goodness sakes. But yeah, I don't know. But
Hey,
in terms of like,
his $100K, then it probably cashed out. So
on the surface, he lost his job, and reputation not great at the moment. Haven't heard from him. We are about to speak to his coach, Mark Montoya, in a matter of moments, so we'll see what he has to say. But like, it's just not great. I just don't know how it's worth it, ultimately. You made it to the UFC. I had heard stories that he had trained with the likes of Yusuf Zalal and Corey Sandhagen and Tim Elliott and top guys and would dominate them in the gym. Like, this guy has skills, right?
I've heard stories, and I just know that guy cannot tell me for a second that was his best effort whatsoever. Yeah. Even if he was injured, that's not his best effort. But that's why I do empathize. Like, the fighters, like, we're in the biggest league and organization in the world, the most prestigious and the biggest chance and opportunity for you to make the most wealth that you can in this sport. So, I've always been grateful, but I always known coming up in the sport, I wasn't going to quit my job until I had at least almost 200 grand in my account. And that's when I finally quit my job. I got a bonus, whatever, quit. And I had a house. I was stable and everything. Like, some of these guys, they think like either you come in and you're going to be able to, I'm in the UFC, I'm going to get paid like I'm in the NBA and the NFL. I wish it was like that, but it's not. So what's the harsh reality? We got to work a second or third job and then use this as a supplemental income. And hopefully you get a good break where you get an opportunity, you cash out, maybe a bonus, or you just win a couple fights in a row, you get to your second contract and things are going your way and you do well, right? So it's a hard position to be in, but just understanding the space that you're in and the life that you decided to take, you got to understand the risk that comes with it, right? So I've understood that. I understood that I had to work for X amount of days. I can only train one time a day. Sometimes I have to squeeze in on my break shift a second session to go into the night for my next session. So it's not easy, man. So I get all sides. But it's just, again, as a fan of the sport, it puts a damper on it for me to want to watch the sport and seeing and questioning whether guys are throwing fights and shit like that. And I watch these guys. Like I said, I could tell Bulgarian is way better than what he put out, right? Because I'm breaking down these fights. I'm talking about upcoming prospects and things like that on my podcast. It's not that hard to spot out if you're actually watching and paying attention and you know what you're looking at. So.
Two more things, and I'll let you go. First, we've been talking all this time. Haven't asked you about your own career per se. Any word on when you may return?
Well, I just got these stem cells down in Mexico at Rejuva-Stem. So they just took care of me down there. I wanted to get it earlier so that I could try to fight in December, but then Merab had his fight in October. And I'm thinking, okay, I'll get it after the wedding and after his fight. And then he says I got another fight. I was like, okay, I got to just get this done at this point. So now at this point, I don't think I'm going to have time to fight in December to properly prepare. So probably we'll fight maybe February or March, depending on what the UFC offers. I don't know who's fighting Volkanovski at this point.
I think it's Diego.
The Legends versus, oh, come on.
That's what I think.
Come on. Diego Lopez again?
That's what I think it is. Last I heard.
No, I'm not knocking the guy, but it's just like, now what do you do with Mosar and Lerone Murphy? You got
maybe they fight each other.
But
I think it should be. I think it should be Lerone. I think it should be Lerone.
This sucks, man.
So what does that mean for you? Are we talking Arnold Allen? Arnold Allen?
I mean, I was calling out Arnold for a while.
He's right behind you. You're 5, he's 6. Steve Garcia just moved up 4 spots. He's now 8.
That motherfucker is good.
Yeah. You know,
I'm gonna hump his ass to death.
yeah.
That's why we don't want to watch you fight. I don't give a fuck. I need my paycheck. You ain't paying my bills. Shit.
Yusuf Salal? He's 7.
I don't know. I mean, there's Yair Rodriguez.
Yeah, he's 3.
Mosar again. I really don't want to do that again. I'd rather do it for the belt. If I were to win the next one, there's Lerone Murphy. I like to fight anyone in front of me.
All
But
right.
if I, at this point, I don't really have a choice. I give whoever the UFC gives me. I never turn down fights anyway. So I fight everybody. There's one thing the fans, even if they're not super thrilled with my fight style, they can never say I turn down fights. So.
Last one. I know you're very proud of your roots, and I know it's a tough time back home in Jamaica. And I know you're spreading awareness on how people can help after the hurricane over there.
Right now, yeah. Oh, you pulled it up for me.
There it is. We're ready to go. So tell people if they want to help out. I believe you're supporting the Bob and Rita Marley Foundation Relief Fund.
Yes, we are at $47,000 now.
There it is.
So
good for you.
Yeah, we've done a great job with spreading the awareness and getting the word out. A lot of people have been taking part, helping out. I made a big donation of $5,000 through my foundation. Well, not my foundation, my company, Funk Harbor Rum. But I wanted to use it for that. Obviously, it's Jamaican rum and all this other stuff. But the main thing is like they're going to be doing the right things with the money, and that was the hard part, trying to figure out which charity to go with, because you just never know what people are doing with the money and whatnot. These guys actually have a reputation of helping out and giving back to the community. We got to talk with them beforehand before going live, and there was some good synergy. I think Leon Edwards is getting involved. I spoke to Randy Brown about it, O'Day Osborne, just a couple of the Jamaican fighters, and Phil Rowe as well. So it's a great opportunity if people want to make sure that their money's going the right places. They're getting roofing kits, food. You can check out the mission statement, all that stuff online and see what they're doing. You can see, as the statement said, that money is already going towards X amount of food for families that don't have it. So far so good, and let's keep plugging away. Rebuild Jamaica. I know a lot of people go to Jamaica and visit, and they take advantage of the culture and everything, and get to enjoy the land. So help us rebuild the country and give us a place that we could always go back to and go visit.
Amen. And I hope family, friends, anyone that you know out there doing okay, and our best to the great people of Jamaica. So good
shout
on
out
you.
my brother Punkus.
Yes, shout out. My kids
down there in Portmore.
My kids keep walking around saying bomboclat, and I'm trying to tell them, like, you can't just be walking around saying that. Like, that's a thing that kids say now. I don't know, the bomboclat, but I'm like, what is going on here? But
I mean, they can say it.
I mean, yeah, it's not a great word, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nicest word. But yeah, I got my brother down there. I spoke to him yesterday. He was asking him how he was doing and everything. But he said the roof held up. His roof, at least he didn't lose his roof in his house. He said that helped out with the water damage and everything. So we got some other family down there too. But yeah, all in all, good stuff. And again, if people want to donate, every little bit helps. Don't feel inclined to drop $5,000 like I did. But I've just really liked the country a lot. Of course, my parents are from there, so if there's any way I could get back, it's us. And it's also a tax incentive, right? So you get to kind of take the advantage of both sides. So for people that want to help and then they also like to get something out of it, it's a good thing. Good cause to put your money towards.
Thank you, Aljo. All the best to you. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for doing this as always. And go check out the weekly scraps on YouTube.
Funk Harbor Rum, baby, to
and
the moon.
Funk Harbor. Yes, many hot takes over on the YouTube channel. So go check that out. Thank you, Aljo. All the best. There he is, Aljamain Sterling, the funk master, the newlywed, kind enough to join us on this Tuesday afternoon to talk about many, many things. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.